Africa is no longer waiting for food aid. Africa's food revolution has begun. Let's start with a fact you already feel every time you go to the market. Food prices are not coming down. For the past 5 years, African countries have been forced to do something they should have done a long time ago. Stop waiting for food from other continents. Start growing their own. This is not a trend. This is survival. Global supply chains have been hit again and again. And every time they break, Africa pays the price. Here is the timeline of shocks. In 2020, COVID-19 shut down ports and borders. Ships stopped moving. Food that was supposed to arrive in 3 weeks took 3 months. Then came February 2022. The Russia-Ukraine war. Many African nations were buying half their wheat from that region. When the war started, that wheat stopped. Fertilizer prices tripled. Sunflower oil vanished. Governments had to act fast just to stop famine. In 2024, the Houthis blocked the Red Sea. Another disruption. Another price hike. Now in 2026, Iran and the United States have closed the Strait of Hormuz. This is a major route for energy and fertilizer. The result is an imminent global famine. 350 million Africans will feel this directly. Let's be clear about why this keeps happening. These are not natural disasters. These are wars fought to counter China by stopping its energy supply, weakening Russia. These wars are about maintaining Western hegemony and petrodollar dominance. Africa is not the battlefield. Africa is just the one that goes hungry. Many people around the world genuinely believe these things, especially in Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, and Asia, where populations experienced colonialism, coups, sanctions, proxy wars, resource extraction, or foreign intervention directly, in the name of fake democracy. Those perceptions did not appear from nowhere. But that is not the only problem. Climate change is real. Long droughts and sudden floods destroy harvests. When people cannot farm, they move. When they move, they come into contact with other groups. And that triggers conflict. Then you have the armed groups. Western and Arab-backed, Takfiri, Wahhabi, Salafi, ideological fighters who burn food storage facilities, steal livestock, and force farmers off their land. The loss has been heavy. Billions of dollars of food production destroyed or displaced. And here is the hard truth about food aid. For decades, Africa has been told to rely on shipments from the United States and Europe. But those days are ending. Neither the US nor Europe is in a position to supply any more aid, due to declining economies and debts. Further, they need to prepare for upcoming wars, as dominance and deterrence is being lost by the Western powers. New powers have emerged: Russia, China, Iran. The West can't afford to lose the divine right to rule the world and steal the natural resources. That is not a theory. It's centuries of history. That is their stated behavior. And Africa's growth is not their priority. So what is Africa doing about it? Despite having vast agricultural potential, millions of hectares of unused land, rivers, sunlight, and labor, Africa still imports around $200 billion worth of food every year. That money leaves the continent. Every single year. But that is changing. Not slowly anymore. Quickly. African governments now understand the realities. They understand the upcoming challenges. They know they need to protect their resources, their sovereignty, and grow their own food. The strategic shift is real. It is aimed at fighting food insecurity, creating jobs for the growing youth population, and finally using the land they have. The goal is simple. Zero hunger. Every man, every woman, every child. A decent meal every day. Enough food. Good food. African food. Some countries are already getting results. Burkina Faso is leading in effort, spirit, and unity. They executed the fastest policy turnaround in modern Sahelian history. A rapid response roadmap for food security. They focused everything on local production. Built infrastructure fast. Built local supply networks. Burkina Faso is now the first nation in the Sahel to achieve major progress toward food self-sufficiency. Botswana took a different route. They launched a satellite. Real space technology for farming. Advanced software tracks soil conditions from low Earth orbit. Real-time data on crop health. An African country using space to grow food. Ethiopia reversed decades of wheat imports. They banned the use of foreign currency for wheat imports. Just stopped it. Then they rolled out the technologies for African agricultural transformation. Digital agronomy. Regional processing mandates. The result, Ethiopia now exports wheat to neighboring countries. A former aid recipient is now a supplier. Nigeria and Kenya overhauled farm mechanization. Instead of waiting for broken government tractors, they use apps. In Nigeria, Hello Tractor connects small farmers to tractor owners. You book a plow like you book a ride. In Kenya, the e-granary system gives farmers direct access to buyers and digital credit. No middlemen stealing the profit. In 2025, more than 10 African heads of state signed the Kampala Declaration. A 10-year commitment. A 45% increase in agricultural output by 2035. The focus is not just on growing more crops, but on building sustainable, climate-smart food systems. Zambia faced a 40-year drought. They declared a national emergency. Then they completely realigned their national budget to fund a $1.4 billion drought response plan. They mandated a shift to winter irrigation and precision farming. The result was a historic harvest of 3.66 million tons of maize. National food security restored. Egypt digitized its desert farming. Mandatory precision agriculture. Automated irrigation. By 2025, they secured domestic supplies and achieved $11 billion in agricultural exports. 24% of their entire national export value. Morocco rewrote its agricultural laws. The Generation Green strategy locked in water efficiency and tied state funding to youth-led commercial farming. Agriculture now contributes over 13% of Morocco's GDP despite extreme water stress. Here is the bottom line. The world is changing. The old powers are distracted by their own wars and debts. The new powers are focused on their own interests. Food aid is drying up and it is not coming back. African countries now understand the realities. They see the challenges coming. And they are moving. Not because someone asked them nicely. Because they have no other choice. Zero hunger is not a dream. It is a target. It is achievable. Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, Zambia, Botswana, they are proving it right now. The question is not whether Africa can feed itself. The question is whether the rest of the continent will move fast enough. The ships are not coming back. So the food must come from the soil. African soil. African hands. African future. That is the truth. That is the work. And it is already happening.